Yep. Got my paints. I'm live. And there's a vacuum cleaner going off behind me. Excuse me. And I just stopped. Another great day in paradise, I guess. Okay. Well, guess it's time to start. Oh, wait. Sorry, that was to my earbuds case. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Or 3, 2, 1, 0. 0. Sorry, I was trying to say 0. But, yeah. Hello, welcome back to my live stream. So for today's live, I am trying to attempt to make another flower. Well, obviously you can't see it because right now at the moment it's sketched, but yeah. Let's start anyways. So, let's see, how is your day going? Because my day so far has been... I don't even know. How is your January going, by the way? That's the question in this live stream that I have. How is your January going? So far, my January has been... I don't know. My January has just been very weird. I've had weird scheduling going on with my work schedule. I have had let's see, what else? I've had to deal with very complicated sleep, and today I was told that we were supposed to get like a very severe a snowstorm happening in my state in North Carolina, but then I woke up this morning and it was nothing. Legit nothing. Hi, Stray Kid. How are you doing today? Hello. Hello. So yeah, I woke up this morning thinking that we had snow. We don't have snow. We legit just have grass. It's just cold and raining. That's it. Like, that was it. The weatherman lied. Are you drawing? No, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not drawing. What are you making? I'm trying to make a flower. I'm trying to paint a flower. So, hold on. So, like, okay. So here's what I got. So yeah, I'm trying to paint a flower that's surrounded by thorns. Hello, are you gay? Close, I'm bi. I'm bi. I'm sorry. You were close though. You were close. You were close. But no, I'm bisexual, which, yeah, I do have an attraction towards men. But I'm also attracted to women too, so yeah. Let's see. Hello. So, anyways, what? Okay, let's see. So, yeah, so for today's painting, I'm trying to paint a flower surrounded by like little thorns, like little vines of thorns. But so far, I don't know what I'm getting. Yeah. But I think it's turning out relevantly okay, I guess. I'm not saying like it's turning out like Picasso, but it's best as what I got. So you ain't gay. I'm 50%. Well, I want to say that's what it means to be bisexual. So I learned that. Mm. Hello. I mean, hey, I will say this though. I've definitely had romantic relationships with men, if that helps. And I mean, I've also had romantic relationships with women, so yeah. I think that yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with being bisexual, which I think that's sort of like one of the problems people who are bisexual like me faces. It's always like for some reason, there's always like for some weird reason, um, people just people just don't believe in bisexuality. Apparently, they think bisexuality is a phase, which it isn't. Okay, a phase I want to say is like, I'm trying to think of a phase like Sorry, my back itches at the moment. Um, what would be a phase? I don't get these people too. Being emo is not a phase. It's because here's the thing though. I have came across people in their 40s who are still emo, which, mm, respect. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like what a phase might be, but I really can't think of one. So I feel like someone might need to tell me exactly what they think a phase might be, or come up with like what is actually a phase. I don't get these people too. Yeah. I think that I don't know why, but people just need to like chill when it comes to like the bisexual community because I mean, whether someone like me is in a heterosexual or even a same-sex relationship, I'm still bi. I'm still bi. Okay? Doesn't change it. Doesn't change who I am. I am who I am. Okay? Just like you are who you are. You know, bi, straight, gay, trans, doesn't matter. Nobody should really complain about it. You are who you are. You are who you are. And if someone has a problem with it, just kick them to the curb and just say, "See ya." But yeah. Or even non-binary. Non-binary. Or if someone identifies as non-binary, okay, if you're a person who identifies as non-binary, that's perfectly fine too. Okay? And if no one else likes it, then, like I said, kick them to the curb. Because, like I said, you are who you are. And if no one likes it, then it's their loss. Because I bet they lost out on talking to a really cool person. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So this is what I got now. Here, I'll show you. So this is what I got. Oh, sorry, I thought my paintbrush was gonna fall off. Okay, so this is what I got. Okay. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is right now I'm gonna paint the center first. I want to work with the center. Um, that's God. That's God. Thank you. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see. Because I have an idea what I want to do. Oh, hold on. I dropped it. Yeah. Quick question. Has anyone here ever had a clumsy moment where it's like you're showing off like something and then you're just like, sorry, this fell again. But yeah. Let's see. So I'm thinking about doing the center red. Like this one's a primary red. And I want to do like this one since this one's crimson, it's much darker. So, or maybe I can do the center violet. Like, hold on. Imagine these two colors as a flower. Okay? Like, which do you think would work well with the violet? Like, what do you think would work? Which color? Which shade of red? Which shade of red do you think would work with the violet? The crimson? Oh, the crimson or the primary? Crimson? Okay. Okay then. Well, crimson it is. Hold on. I'm trying to get because I don't want to put out too much violet, although I think I just did. Crimson. Okay. Boys are supposed to like girls and girls are supposed to like boys. And the president of America is supposed to have a brain. What does that even mean? Yeah, and the president is supposed to have a brain too, but you know. Christian, why? Why are you saying stuff like that? I mean, come on. Don't you want to see people happy with their significant others? You know, and it shouldn't matter if like if the two people who love each other are two women or two men. Really? I think it's I think it's just sad that a lot of people because some of them are hmm. Okay. First off, let's not be going around assuming people's sexualities, okay? Okay, let's not go that far, okay? But here's the thing though, just please respect people, okay? But even if they have what's the word? Ideology, certain ideas in their head that they think is right or wrong. Okay. But anyways, I do go for here's the thing though, not a lot I don't know if a lot of people oh, I almost dipped it in black. So I am the type of person who does not care who you are as long as you're not an ass. That is the one thing I go by, okay? I don't care who you are. You can be straight, you can be gay, you can be bi, you can be pan, you can be non-binary. Um, you can have a religion different than me, or skin color does not matter. Okay? I do I do not care who you are as long as you're not an ass, okay? If you are a person who chooses to spread hate and so much nasty stuff, then you are not welcomed in my circle. You are not welcomed in my bubble. You are not welcome in the same building as I am. You are not welcome anywhere near me. Okay? If you're an ass, you're not welcome. Okay? Because I prefer people to know that people feel comfortable in certain spaces where they can be themselves and not have to worry about being judged. But I also have to also keep I also have to remember that there are a lot of people out there who are going to judge people for who they are, and that is just sad. But sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I'm saying because I can't get to. Ugh. Sorry, I've had a day. I've had a day. I was supposed to go into work today because we were supposed to get like a snowstorm or nothing. It is. There is no snow. There is no snow. It was just cold this morning. And how do I know? Because I was outside at around like 5 a.m. outside. And all I did was just say, hey, it's cold. That's it. There was no frost. There was no snow. There was not a drop of a snowflake in my area. It was just cold. Like I could have gone into work, but it but I was told not to come into work because of the snowstorm. And like I said, there's not even a single frost. Okay? Hey, whoa, 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 hey. Okay, listen, Christian and Alani, hopefully I'm saying your name right. Please do not start a war, okay? Again, this is supposed to be a safe space, and if you have nothing to say, don't say anything at all. And if you are free to leave if you want to, because this is supposed to be a safe space, and we do not judge people. But if you are someone who is judging someone, please don't. Okay? But, anyways, so here's what I got for the center now. As you can tell, it's purple. And now, wait, we said crimson, right? You said crimson. Crimson red? Oh, wait, this is primary red. We all agree with the crimson, right? Crimson for the flower petals. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Stray Kid. Well, well, let's get on with. Let's start and. Oh, sorry. I thought there was still pain. Like, I've been having a day. Let's just say that I've been having. Excuse me. I'm very sorry. I've been having a day, and I just need to sit back, relax, and well, try and count my blessings. That is all I can say. Try and remember the many blessings I have right now, okay? Because that's really something that should help me keep my sanity, okay? I should try to remember the many blessings I have. Anyways, so how is your January going, by the way? How's your January going? Because, like I said, mine has been an absolute roller coaster. I have worked 7 days in a week. I ended up with pretty terrible sleep. And, well, I think TikTok is not letting me post or something like that because this morning when I tried to post on my TikTok, it posted, but I ended up with like 0 views on my TikTok account, which at first I thought it was kind of weird, but then I posted the same video on my Instagram, and well, it got attention, which I'm thinking, is it because of TikTok's new, like, I don't know. I don't know. TikTok is just being weird right now. Um, I mean, I've had days where basically, like, um, well, TikTok wouldn't really let me post for like a day or two, but to have me post and then like I don't know. But also every time I went to open up TikTok, I kept on seeing the same video like over and over again. Okay? So, what is going on? What is Are people trying to start a war or something in my chat? Because I've had that happen to me way too much. So, oh, and another thing that I feel like I should mention this, and if I'm counting correctly, this live stream is my 100th live stream. You heard that right. 100. This is my 100th, 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 yeah, 100th, meaning 100. I have a fish. This is my 100th live stream, and I'm just like, wow. My 100th live stream. I can't believe it. 100. And yeah, I can't believe it though. I can't believe that this is my 100th live stream. So if you're on this live stream, congratulations. You're on my 100th live stream. Yeah, I just realized that now, and it was only recently I did a live stream where basically I was live for a whole year. Like I celebrated a year of going live. I need to go. Bye. It was fun. You too. Okay, you take care now, Stray Kids. You take care now, Stray Kids lover. Okay, take care. Mwah. Bye. But yeah. Anyways, can't believe I hit over 100 live. 100 lives. This is my 100th live, and it is dry. It is so weird. Like I never would have guessed that this would be my 100th live stream. Um, yeah. And so pretty much I had said during my first year of going live, like I did like what I would call like what I learned from being live for over a year. And I had said that, well, I have definitely learned a lot going live. Um, I've had my fair share of communicating with people and talking about subjects that I either feel comfortable talking about or subjects that were a little hard for me to talk about. And well, here I am still. Oh, and here we go. Let me show you what I've got so far. So yeah, 100th, my 100th live stream. Wow. Can't believe it. Oh yeah, another thing that I learned about going live is just the fact that like, well, I've also had my fair share of haters. Some, well, yeah, haters that came and went and meeting new people, a lot of new people, and hearing about their stories from other countries and other places that that I've that I am going to be honest were very interesting to hear or just broke my heart completely. But but yeah, and I do hope that they're doing okay and they're staying safe and they know that they are strong, and I hope they are doing well. Um, yeah, it's because so far clearly it's been a lot. Um, Another thing that I learned about in the full year of me going live is just the fact that also I have met a lot of trolls. Okay, I've met a lot of trolls. I'm not unfamiliar with trolls, but but I know that there are some out there who love to spread a lot of nasty remarks. But yeah. But you know what? I think now it's just that since I'm turning 25, since I'm turning 25, it's something I know I shouldn't be like listening to. Like, I shouldn't listen to what all the trolls have to say. I have to be, you know, I have to remember at the end of the day, you know, haters are gonna hate, trolls are gonna trolls, but you know, I'm doing something I enjoy. I enjoy growing alongside a community of people who love themselves and love doing what they're doing. Legally, of course, legally. And, yeah. Anyways. So, let's see. What else? Well, yeah. Um, yeah. Also, there's one thing I did learn about going live, and it's definitely like trying to find ways to help keep your audience entertained, but not just you entertained. Well, not just them entertained, also you entertained. That sentence was a little weird, but yeah. So, one of the things that obviously I wanted to bring back into my life was painting, because painting, if you know me, art has always been like my outlet on life, on helping me go through something, whether it's good or bad. It just helps me. It just helps me. And yeah, I think it's yeah, I still think to this day art is very wonderful. Nice painting. Thank you, James. What's your favorite song? Ooh, that determines on the artist. That determines on the artist. Let's see. So what is my favorite song? Um, I think okay, so I don't know how many times I talk about this, or maybe I haven't really talked about it as much. So far, one of my favorite songs at the moment is Justice by Dreamcatcher. And if you don't know who Dreamcatcher is, they're like a rock star K-pop group. Yes, I listen to K-pop, but more specifically, I listen to like the rock side of K-pop, which they're really amazing. I would highly recommend though, like going to check out their dis discography. Sorry, I need a moment to like take some time to like really say a sentence by like going word for word. But yeah, so well, anyways, so yeah. However, though, I do also listen to a few Western artists. I do listen to a few Western artists, such as, let's see, who else? Oh, I listen to Madison Beer. I'm just starting to listen to her new album Locket, which not gonna lie, so far so good. Yeah, so far so good in my book. I think she's an amazing artist. I think though one of my favorite songs from her album is Yes Baby, and I don't know why. I think it's just like the repeated hook or chorus in her song that goes like yes baby, yes baby, yes baby, yes baby. I'm sorry. So yeah, if you actually go and listen to Madison Beer's Yes Baby, you would know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I definitely listen to Madison Beer. She is amazing. I think she's just really, well, at least in my mind, I think she's very iconic in that no matter what she does, it'll always be iconic. Another Western artist that I listen to, or is wait, who else do I listen to? Well, technically, I wouldn't know if she is a Western artist. I know she's a K-pop artist. Her name is Jisoo from a group called Blackpink, and I listened to her song. I actually listened to her debut song, Flower, which I think sounded kind of nice. And then last year I had listened to her new song Earthquake. It hits me like an earthquake. Uh, the mind and a heart race. Do you go? Oh, sorry, I just put my paintbrush that currently has green, and I just accidentally painted my wall. I just painted my wall. By accident, of course. By accident. Yeah. Don't get distracted like me, everybody. Don't get distracted. I love the green on the paint. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think it's turning out pretty okay in my book. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and fix it a little more, just in case. But yeah, I think it's just that I need to like spread it out more because there are like little bits of green here and there that definitely needs to be spread around. So, yeah. But but thank you. Happens to the best. Thank you so much for saying that. Let's see. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think so far though this is turning out okay. I do have to go back with like the green, no, the black paint just in case because I always trace out like um I always trace out like the lines just so that way like people know like what it is, but yeah. Okay, let's see. What else should I talk about now? I recently came across an apparently a YouTuber who recently him and his boyfriend broke up, and I was just like, huh? And then I realized, oh, okay, well they've broken up. But it's also kind of weird though, because here's the thing though, I've never even heard this YouTuber, but then I was just scrolling on my Instagram, and then I saw a post that said, this person broke up with their boyfriend and now they're over after 4 years. And I'm like, huh, okay. I got to be up early tomorrow, so got to go, but thanks for this live. You're welcome, James. Take care and have a good day. Mwah. And good night. But yeah, so apparently I saw that post and I was just like, so another famous couple on the internet broke up. And at this point, I'm just like, so who's the next celebrity or couple that's gonna break up? Because I'm positive like it always happens. Like for some reason though, like why I don't even understand, but yeah. And here's one thing though that I don't really get. Like why is it with couples though when they start to make like accounts of them together, but then a few months or a few days later or a few years later, they end up breaking up, and then the whole internet's like, wow, did not see that coming. But yeah. And I think it's just like people become like I think it's just because like people become like so heavily invested in these couples like being together, like being couple goals, but then I think some people do tend to forget that they are human too. So yeah, so when they go through a breakup, obviously, it's and if they're very public, obviously that says a lot. Uh, but yeah, but I think it's also important to note that you know couples break up, and whether they're like private or public, always respect their wishes, and if they end up meeting somebody new, then they meet someone new, and that's perfectly fine. Sorry, I'm trying to get this one green right here. It is just driving me crazy. It's like not even letting me like paint green. Ugh, not letting me cover it for some reason. You're supposed to be the good brush. Yeah. But yeah. Um, I guess all I can say is be careful who you get heavily invested in it with couples accounts because you might not know the real story behind everything that goes on. That is all I can say. But yeah. Oh wow, I have like zero people on here. Story of my life. So this is what I got now. Um, I think I'm gonna wait a bit for that green to like clear up a bit because yeah, it is not greening. But anyways, so let's see, what else should I talk? Oh yeah, so my crazy work schedule. So my work, I don't know what's going on with my job. I feel like they might be silently trying to fire me or something. I don't know. Um, so my job has me out for almost another week. And originally I was supposed to work this whole weekend, but then we had the quote unquote snowstorm happening here, and well, few moments later, well, no, the next day I look outside to see if it's snowing, and it's nothing. Literally just, it was just cold, like what I said earlier, it was just cold. But yeah, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, some people are saying like I could like give them my 2 weeks notice and quit, but here's the thing though. I am currently in what I call as like a no-win situation for myself, meaning, hello, meaning that if I were to quit my job, I mean, for one thing, it'd be very difficult for me to find work again because, with how the job market is, let me just be real. The job market sucks. The job market today sucks because you have a bunch of people trying to apply for jobs, and then half the time, they're not even getting the jobs they applied for. And then eventually when someone eventually does get a job, it's mostly a job that pays minimum wage and not even enough to cover the rent. So yeah, but also the reason why I said I'm in a no win situation is because if I were to quit, then my coworker, who so far I've seen ended up in the ER twice this year. Um, Now he's told me my coworker said that he has told me that he has a second job, which I understand, he has a second job to, also pay whatever. It's none of my business what he has to pay off for. But like I said, I've seen my coworker or this particular coworker end up in the ER twice so far this year. And yeah, I do not want him to be put through that again. Like, I don't want him to have like a heart attack or a stroke or anything like that, and then I feel guilty about it because I hear about it in the news. So, yeah. So, I'm pretty much in a really messed up situation that I would not recommend anybody be in. So, I mean, but also there's been times and moments where like I was nearly fired for reasons that did not make sense to me. Like apparently drama with a coworker, which I had explained months ago in a live stream. Now I didn't. I want to preference by saying like I didn't say their names in the live stream. I didn't, obviously, because I wanted to be smart about what I was saying. Um, all I mentioned was that, me and a coworker, we were butting heads for some reason. I've apologized on multiple occasions, and yeah, but to this day, I don't know if like that coworker still works there or not because we work in two separate parts of the building, but yeah, I don't even know if that coworker is still there. Or if they left, and if so, was I the reason why they left? Or, yeah, so that sucked. Um, yeah, I do not recommend dealing with drama from a coworker who you barely even see like twice a week. So, yeah. But yeah. So, anyways, so right now I'm just going in. I'm trying to like line up the thorns, these little like thornish pieces because obviously with the green paint, since I painted them over with green paint, they ended up looking very like blended into the green and not actually like showing. So I'm doing this to help bring them back to what I would call life. But yeah, anyways. So that's pretty much what's been going on with me as of this year in 2026. Now, I do also want to stress out by saying that I have been keeping up with one of my resolutions, which is better finance for myself, which so far has been working okay in my favor, I will say. I'm definitely starting to rebuild what I call my lost savings, but yeah. But time can only tell like how much longer I can keep that up. That's all I can say. But anyways. Oh wow, so you know what's weird? I'm pretty much like almost done with this actually. Wow. I'm almost done. I just have to like go and fix some spots that hopefully I can fix somehow. But yeah. But also looks like they might be unfixable. But anyways. So almost done. I'm almost done with this. I just hope that, like I said, I just hope it looks okay. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and thank you to those who have stuck around my live stream for today. Even though even though I know my live streams have been kind of lacking lately, I guess I want to say, meaning that I think just because like I went through what I call like very much like Stockholm, like a Stockholm syndrome thing going on with me right now. I am very thankful to everyone who supports me on my YouTube channel, and I hope that you are having a wonderful and blessed day. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Did I really just say bum 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 bum? Like as if it was like a fancy rhyme or something. Ah, man. You know, I think this particular spot over here with like where the paint, where I'm trying to paint, I think this spot is gonna be. Oh no, and I ruined the. Ah, there it goes. I'm ruining it again. No, this spot just doesn't want to like blend in with the green. You know what? I'm just gonna do that. That seems good enough. Yeah, I guess so. it's uh, it's 11, I guess. So when I post this, obviously it's this little green spot area is not gonna look um like how I wanted, but you know, sometimes art just doesn't like, sometimes your art just doesn't like do what you want to do, or you make it how, you make it. But yeah, here's pretty much what I would call like the final. Oh, give me a break. I forgot that one spot right there. Are you kidding me? And it's official. Yep, it's official. I think that's as much. I've done more damage to it than I can think of, but yeah, here is pretty much what I call like the final, I guess like the final touch. Okay, so I will be posting this later today, so you can go and comment and tell me what you think. I think it did turn out okay, but that's just determining on like the lighting. But yeah, I'll be posting this later today, so make sure that once you see it, comment and tell me what you think, what would you have done differently, and what would you name this piece? Let's see, what else? Okay, so right before I go, I am going to be posting my usual short videos throughout this week. Some are going to be like a mixture of like Bob's Burgers, typical, and all other things might be a mix of like astrology here and there. Let's see, what else? Okay, I will be live again on Saturday, so make sure you hit the bell notifications for when I go live Saturday. Let's see, what else? And yeah, if you are a new subscriber, please subscribe to my channel, and if you like this live stream, please hit the like wherever the like button is. But yeah. And yeah, thank you again for joining my live stream, everyone. Thank you to everyone. I already said thank you to everyone. Thank you so much for joining my live stream. I hope you have a good day and or night. And as always, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time, okay? Oh, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, okay? Mwah. Bye.